Welcome. It's been quite... Do not be alarmed. You are fast asleep in the real world. I have summoned you within your dreams. Now then, your journey. Do you believe you'll be able to successfully... The precise destination of this vehicle. If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach. Well, it...
Yeah, well, I quit pretending.
What's right? What you...
We are experienced.
Failing to understand and failing to listen are rather different things.
All right, let's go ahead and think this through as much. If we leave any unanswered questions...
I'll think as hard as I can.
Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
And it seems you have comrades with you as well. Those heading...
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
As I mentioned previously, this year will signal a great change in your... Though there isn't much time left, it can be worth your while.
People are like water flowing in a river. There is only one stream, but all who pass through it are affected differently. Some travel fast, some change their course, experiencing countless events as they travel down the river of time.
Just so. The state of this room reflects the scenery of your heart. Perhaps this may be a time for contemplation rather than action.
Teddy's missing. I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere. Yeah, me too. Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's... We're meeting pretty soon, so...
It's no use, man. We can't find him.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense it might be affecting my readings. I wish I could do better.
Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here. I guess that's all we can do right now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear.
I'm worried for Teddy myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now, we must concentrate on the case. It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let's quickly review the facts. Of all the victims, only 2 were killed, Miss Yamano the announcer and Saki-san. From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
I want to hear you put it like that.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts,
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet.
Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean? I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean saving them through death? He did call himself a savior and said that the other...
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself! What do you think, Senpai? If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too." So, if he saves people by killing them, did he save us too? Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense. And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside. Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly intended.
But he's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them. Or what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so? Warning letter? Oh, yeah.
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote.
Let's review them. Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kind of odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like, "Don't rescue or kill"?
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like I'll put in and kill?
Hey, could... Yeah, it's almost... But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima. If someone else wrote it, that could only...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So, Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first two cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV. And yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
Someone else? Then it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
We can't say for certain yet. We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
How though? After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
I have a plan, but there's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
Hey, this place is off limits.
I'm a consultant with the police. I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
This is Unit 2. Name... Well, I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record... Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent.
I'd like him... He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he...
Huh?
I'll vouch for...
Well, I guess it's better than... We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Adachi is busy somewhere... This is Unit 252.
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Ah, well then. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. A disturbance in a hospital lobby.
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button.
Understood. Please. I knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go...
Wow.
There's nothing much inside that suspicious object. So he won't be gone.
All right, and now's our chance to talk.
Namatame-san, there's... It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire and to be honest, there are many in this town, but we are here to learn the truth.
Huh?
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed. That's why I put them in.
Huh? Me?
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process as more individuals appeared on the Midnight. It all evolved. His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but it...
There's another killer who
Indulge us in a...
I didn't know. I never thought it would be that. I have no. What are you talking about?
As I...
You... Did they find him? Did they find... Mayumi...
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully...
Only...
We did blame you for everything, but now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
Please, tell us everything.
You're willing to live... All right. Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge, I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal. And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that... Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows, and forced to resign from the program she was on. I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV. And all of a sudden... Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked... Mayumi? When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her, my arm disappeared in... I was so shocked that I lost my balance. I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, that wasn't what broke me, though. It was Mayumi being found dead. And not just that, but I was dumbstruck. But later on, was it not a dream? Could it really? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, and I confirmed. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight.
I remembered that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated. Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-san.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the... So I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little,
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store. After agonizing over it, but that same night, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the... Come on! Please! The next day, they found her dead. I knew she was going to be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered. And the same... I was beside...
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Yes. From the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to. I knew it was wrong. Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV. That... She'll be kidnapped next. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, who'll save her then? The girl inside the TV looked as if she was... And that's when it hit. I apparently had the power to go... Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the... What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe? The girl inside the... And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, once things calm down, I could just... If she's inside... It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my... Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. Or... Mayumi.
So, since you thought people...
Mission? Give me a break! You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me. I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. But...
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in more... It was my friends here.
I had a feeling that was it. When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the...
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so... But I still felt I needed to do everything I... That's why... But the TV world was completely different. I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so... I never knew.
No. That's a cowardly way to put it. I'd probably already begun to realize that it was a dangerous place. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gone to see you.
See it? Wait, are you talking about the concert we did at Juness?
Yes. I wanted to know why the ones I saved were all hanging out with each other, and how much you remember. But in the end, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. But all the doubts and anxieties I'd been unconsciously suppressing exploded. I thought I was going and you know the rest.
You really were
But I ended up doing just the opposite. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful. But after losing my job and the woman, I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanction. I never doubted what I saw on TV. I didn't think for myself at all. That's why I'm to blame for all of it. I suppose so. But I have no intentions of running away. Kidnapping is already a serious crime.
The Midnight Channel and the other world? We must... Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth...
I guess from your point of view, people did stop dying once you start... The more you did it, the more you really...
What are you all crammed?
My apologies.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the...
It's all clear now. It was another party who threw...
Now get out of here! I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen.
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right?
How can he flake out like this when
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents.
But it's been over 6 months.
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
I'm seriously... This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash.
It was the same. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them. The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off.
What should we do?
Well,
That's not what But then again, I'll have a crab and egg.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
Now that our tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much. So, there really was no...
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't. But otherwise, the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that... I asked around about... Gee...
Do you have anything?
But there must be someone in town who... The killer must have a connection to both Saki's, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion. I need some fresh air before I give it more. It's snowing. No.
It's freezing out here. Maybe this'll help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing. Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it. What's the matter? Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi. A member of the police. It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
This is a small town, so everyone... And since he's a detective, people definitely...
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage, and...
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible. But we're talking about Adachi here, right? I mean, really? Adachi? Are we really on the right...
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's something that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
Yeah?
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
It's cold. I think we've cooled down.
That can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Miss Yamano.
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
When Miss Yamano was staying at our inn, that's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that Fame could be right.
Guard her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh. I wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
I don't know about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this out, but I thought, that's just how cops are.
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcement. I heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
Then you think he had something else on it?
And that something is what connects those two victims to... Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places. And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, "Oops, I said too much," and clamming up. Was that all to throw us off the trail?
It would be no problem for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox. Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point.
Then, is it...
This is still only a tentative theory. This is now... Something has occurred to me about the case. Huh? The transport? Right,
What was that about
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for We must head there at...
Huh? What are you guys doing? Hey, do you know where Dojima-san went? They told me...
I assure you, we've made it clear to him several times.
Jeez, with Namatame finally relocated...
So, he's been relocated. I've been wondering. You seem to be in a terrible hurry to get him out of this hospital.
Huh? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we can't leave him here with Dojima-san and Nanako-chan around. Didn't you guys think so too? Hey, what are you doing here anyway? Nanako-chan's room is... Don't you think you should leave before Dojima-san finds you? If he catches you...
Adachi, where's Namatame? There's been a lot of noise today for some reason.
Dojima-san! Namatame's already been relocated. I was looking for you so I could tell you that.
You did what? Who authorized that?
Give me a break, Dojima-san.
Those first two murders have been... His motives are shaky and his alibi is rock... We closed a lot of loopholes on the basis of his testimony.
Is this more of your detective's intuition? He's already been relocated. It's no use... And you kids should really get home too. You're gonna get in the way of police business.
What's gotten into you today?
Come on! I'm always giving... You should get back to work too, Dojima-san.
What do you...
We came to confirm...
The time they announced? I can't say for sure offhand. It's not like I saw her or anything. That was months and months ago, too. Why wouldn't I question her? But she didn't know much about it, so I only talked with her once or twice. Was that all you wanted? Warning?
The one that was delivered to his house. It's in police custody.
I don't...
Hey, what do you mean you... I gave it to you to take down to the crime lab for processing.
Your accident was right after that, and besides, that thing... Jeez, for crying out loud, what's this all supposed to be about? Dojima-san, you really need to get... And you all need to go home right now. I'm going back.
Just one... We know for certain now that the first two murders weren't Namatame's doing. Someone else. Adachi-san.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
'Cause we...
What? We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in!
What did you just say?
Put them all in. What's this putting them in business? Do you know something about the method behind their murders? Don't tell me that all that talk about TVs and...
I see. To tell the truth, Adachi-san, I've been fixated on something you once said. Before, I didn't know why, only that it sounded a wrong note to me. Do you recall when I read Namatame's diary? At the scene of Dojima-san's accident. At the time, I said, even the victims who survived and were never released to the public are written here. And in response, your words were, wow, then that settles it. How, I wonder, would that settle anything? At the time, the police had no idea that there had been other attempted murders related to the case. You had no reason to say such a thing. After all, there are countless examples of people disappearing for a few days, yet when I read the list of names, you raised no objection. What do you say to that?
I don't know. I said I'm busy!
Wait, you son of a... Adachi! Adachi!
What the? I swear he ran this way!
Damn it! Did you find him? I contacted security, so he must be still in this...
He's still here?
That bastard.
Don't you... For heaven's...
Sorry.
Do you even want to get better? If you... Have you forgotten how...
You're... You've got to find a dot...
He hasn't left this ward yet? I don't think he would.
Yeah, I think so. If he's the killer... You mean he went...
We searched every inch in the direction he ran off.
He was cornered. If he does indeed turn up on the other side, that should prove beyond a doubt that he is the true culprit.
Damn. So I guess we were right. What do we do now?
I think it's too dangerous to go in from... We're not 100% positive he used this TV. Let's go in. It'll be fine. So long as we're ready for...
Where am I? I see there are so many, but I did. I've been thinking all this time, but I couldn't find the answer. Humans live in the other world. From the beginning, I was just a shadow in that world. You're always... I figured that day at the hospital, as soon as I thought that, I lost... Shadows can't... I walked and walked, just when I started thinking that I couldn't go anywhere, and... I remember my world is a place shaped by... One day, a shadow living in that world awakened to humans. But humans and shadows are completely different entities. So he made himself forget that he was a shadow. He wanted to forget. He wanted... And that's... what the other Teddy said. No matter how much I searched, there was... I'm just a shadow that took a different form. It would have been better... Oh... One day, when you... Tell her... Huh? No. Wow. I'm glad that I couldn't... What a It's not like my world. Could this be... But what am... No matter how hard I think, but I do understand. But I have to get going. Goodbye.
It seems the words in your memory weren't the only things you summoned here. This is a room for guests who have an ego that... Shadows? Mere fragments broken off from the ego. The water's strength has moved a single stone that had stopped, returning. Well now, it's about time. This vehicle is still on its journey.
We're ready to...
Now.
We'll be waiting. How did it go?
No.
Oh, that annoying little furball. Just one.
We have no choice.
Whoa. Look how dense this fog.
What the? There's this malicious aura everywhere. I think we'd better give me a sec to try.
Does this mean both this world and ours are getting messed up?
Our glasses work on the fog on the other side. It can't be and I heard more people are falling ill because of the fog. I wonder what's
I sense him. Adachi's definitely.
Are you serious?
Hold on.
So he did come to this side. Well, that settles it. There's virtually once we capture him, solving the mystery of this world.
Then maybe we'll find out where Teddy came from too. Man, where is that bear
Well, I can say for sure. And I know Adachi is here, but Gee, Ted, why aren't you here when...
This place. I see. I came back, but it really doesn't matter. Nana-chan,
Teddy? It is you. I heard... You said I heard my big...
Oh, hold on!
It seems she's asleep.
No, she heard me.
It could be that her frankly miraculous, even unconscious, people are capable.
My voice,
In any case, there are too many. We're doing our best.
Unknown.
Well, if anything happens.
If I'm an unknown being, then the way I can change. So all I have. Nana-chan's doing her best. I'm just a shadow. But not. So what if I'm just a shadow? I can't just. That's why I came back. Right. Hang in there now.
It's no use. I can only tell that Adachi is here, not his exact location.
Risa-chan!
If only Teddy was with us.
Didn't he say his nose is practically useless now?
No, but he was always there to...
That bear's a loudmouth, but
he's lighthearted and always optimistic.
I'm alright. The fog's so dense.
Why don't we call it a day? It won't do us any good if you collapse.
I agree. If Rise-san became fatigued, even if we found Adachi, our capacity in battle would be reduced. Moreover, it's almost nighttime. We should return to our...
Damn it! We came so far to run smack into a dead end!
I know he's in there, too. What's wrong with me? Teddy?
You little... Where the hell were you?
I'm sorry.
You idiot! You're so late! Who do you...
Are you...
No!
You know how much trouble you caused, you dumb bear?
I figured...
A shadow? You mean you're one of...
Yup. Shadows are... everyone...
Wait, you say... And you kept telling us from the start that you wanted to bring peace and quiet back to that world, right?
But in the end, I was just in... I did everything I could until now to... But instead, I'm sorry.
It's no big deal. I mean, we weren't expecting much from... And about you being a shadow, we pretty much figured...
Huh? Ooh. Here I am pouring my heart out to you, and you say you thought... No normal person would think such a pretty...
So what's the problem?
It's true that you may, but you now possess the power of persona. A shadow is suppressed power. Once controlled by the ego, it becomes a persona. Doesn't it follow, then, that you must have developed an ego? Whether the ego masters its shadow, or the shadow awakens to its ego. The only difference I see is the order in which...
Oh, Ted...
I'm the...
You keep trying to figure out who you are. You can't do much on your own. You really aren't that special. See? What's so different between you and... The rest of us were pretty much a group of misfits to begin with, too, right? You fit right in, man.
I beg your pardon? Who are you calling a misfit?
Isn't that just you?
Hey, that's not something a detective would say. Gee, stop crying. While you were gone, we figured out who murdered... It was Adachi.
Huh? Adachi? Whoa! But you all know him.
Like I said...
Well, the main thing is, it's hard to get pumped about this without someone nice and fuzzy around.
Yeah, what...
Thank...
All right, now that the band's back together...
It's been a while, but I'll do my best. I'll give it a try, but... If Rise-chan couldn't find him, I really doubt... I do smell Adachi baby in here, but...
Teddy...
When you look at me with those eyes, this is my... Ooh!
Teddy?
Hey, quit wandering around.
Huh?
Is it Itachi?
How do I put it? It's kinda hazy, but...
I don't get it.
There... But if I remember right, that's where Sensei, Yosuke, and Chie-chan came...
When we first... Oh, you mean that creepy-ass room where all the faces on the posters were cut out?
Yep, there's someone there!
Teddy, you really are amazing!
It was just dumb luck. It's because that's where I first sensed Sensei and the other. That's why it cut...
Oh, wait. Wasn't that the room where Yosuke had to go to the bathroom and...
Huh? You're saying he peed his pants there?
Ew, I don't want to hear it!
Oh, you lie so bad! Dude, I did not piss my pants! Chie, quit spreading random rumors about stuff.
Well, it happens.
Okay, guys, enough fuzziness. Follow me, the master of fuzzy logic.
Though I really wonder sometimes about your...
Damn bitch. I noticed her first, and she just had... Who's there? Oh, it's you guys. You're very persistent. You're getting on my...
Answer the... Did you or did you not...
It was an accident. She started struggling. What else was I... I called her out to the lobby because I wanted to ask her something, and then she started getting hysterical on me.
Who are you? And what's this something important you called me out here for?
What they say on the news isn't true, is it? All that talk about you having an affair and whatnot?
Why do I have to explain myself to you?
I see. You caught my eye, but it...
What's wrong with you? Don't make me call...
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I think you need to see what it's like to fear for your life. It'll get your head...
What are you going to do?
She fell in. Good thing for me, no one else was around there in the middle of the night.
That happened in our lobby?
I learned about the Midnight Channel through some rumor. You hear a lot of fishy stories like that on the force. But it was pure coincidence that I touched the screen and discovered my power. I burst out laughing when I found out. I knew right away that this was going to be interesting.
So you tested it out on Mayumi Yamano?
Nah, it was nothing like that. I was just trying to punish the stupid bitch a little for betraying me. Yeah, putting them inside the TV. But you know, both Mayumi and that dippy high school girl struggled for no reason.
Then you...
Saki? Oh yeah, her name was Saki. At first I just called her in because of work-related stuff. Her being the one who found... And naturally, if there was any chance she'd seen something. So I was all set to be a nice guy to her.
What's this about, anyways?
Well, we'll get to that. But you know, you were getting pretty cozy with that Namatame. Huh. Well, I know. God, these high school girls today. This world's gone straight to shit. When I was in school, I wasn't allowed to do anything but study my ass. I was supposed to be the best of the best, and instead they stick me in the boonies. But I guess I got this sweet Get on your knees and beg, and maybe I'll let you out. Yeah, like that'll happen. As if I'd walk into a death trap like that. It was a lot easier the second time. High school girls are thinner, you know? Lighter. You suck. Come on. I didn't know it was dangerous inside the TV. It's not like I was trying to kill them. I mean, I'm sure they hit on Namatame, not the other way around. A council secretary will one day rise to public office himself. Mayumi and that high school, they got exactly what they deserved.
Shut the hell up! You knew from what happened to Mayumi Yamano that people
So what if... Nah, he called the police in the middle of the night, just after they found that Saki girl's body. The rest of the force had their hands full with the double homicide, and it happened that I was the one who took the...
Namatame said the police refused to take him seriously.
Oh, quite the contrary. If anyone else had taken the call, sure, but I actually did believe him, you know?
That's the pattern to the 2 deaths so far? And now you're seeing a girl in a kimono on that weird program, and you think Namatame-san, do you seriously expect us to believe something like...
But it's true! If...
Listen, there's no way the police are going to make a move based on a fantasy. It does sound...
But...
Oh, if you really want to save her that... Like, you could shelter her somewhere. Someplace where no one could find her.
Where no one could...
Save her yourself. I'm busy, so I'm...
Isn't that... Of all the people who could have received Namatame's call, all I did was give him a little... And he completely bought into his vision of this world. The more people you guys saved, both sides had the best of intentions, so the game of cat and mouse would never end. It was awesome.
You gotta be shitting me!
Why? What reasons could you have for doing that?
Reasons? None, really. I could do it, that's all.
You murdered people just for the fun of it?
Come on. All I did was put people in here. And Namatame did... I had nothing...
You're just dodging the blame!
Yeah? Then how would you prove it? He put people inside TVs? You think the police are that stupid? I do admit, though, I never thought you guys... I like that. Games like this gotta have surprises or they get boring fast. It's like when I dealt with that Kubo kid. That was fun, too.
Then, you mean to say that Mitsuo Kubo's disappearance was your doing as well? I did sense... If he had special powers and wanted attention, why resort to a regular But that wasn't the case. Kubo had no such power.
It had been a while since I last put someone inside the TV, so I really got a kick out of that one.
What? And how come Mitsuo didn't say anything
You think that didn't occur to me? I let him through to a room at the station with a TV, switched off the lights, and did... As long as he didn't see me push him in and no one else did either, no one would believe him. even if he survived. Of course, I don't think the Kubo kid ever figured out what...
Wait, the police?
Yeah, he turned himself in pretty quick, actually. This was back when we didn't even know enough to issue a search warrant. But the other officers decided it was just a prank. I didn't blame them. I mean, a kid coming and saying, "I did it all, it was me!" But it looked bad. I didn't think anyone would come forward and take the blame for all the incidents. The police were desperate to pin it on anyone. If this kid really did it, and if that happened, Namatame would stop saving people. I couldn't let that happen, or the game would be over. That's why I told the others I sent him home. I came up with the idea to put him inside the TV on the spot.
The game would be over? You threw him in just so your fun wouldn't end?
You gotta have some excitement, but then you guys put your foot in it yet again. Thanks to you, Kubo was arrested again, and everyone acted like he was the true culprit behind it all. Couldn't they see how badly he copied the... It worked out in the end, though, because good old Namatame kept saving people. I guess the guy started to develop some kind of messiah complex, huh?
This is all a... How dare you murder people?
You can... Our world will probably become... Didn't you notice? The fog... The two worlds will merge soon, and...
What the hell's he talking about?
This isn't... The real Adachi is somewhere else.
But this guy feels different from an ordinary...
Wow, you can tell that much? This me is just around to greet you guys, and thank you for wasting your time by chasing... I'd say this world has taken a real shine to me. And the monsters don't attack me at all. Maybe they...
The shadow...
By the end of the year, Inaba will disappear completely into the fog. I'll be in this world, so if you want me, this world has a mind of its own.
Keep your bullshit! It's about time you shut the hell up! We'll finish this!
What a chump! Didn't I just tell you the real... I'll be expecting...
Get back here!
That stuff about the world's mind and how this place will become our reality. Was he serious?
The rest of his confessions were consistent.
It felt like he's gained some...
Not only that, maybe...
So what he said about the two worlds...
Didn't he say that it would happen by the end of this year? What happens?
I think he means this world... The people in town are acting weird. It's like when the shadows that emerge... If the fog gets even thicker, and this town is completely then the other side might...
You mean...
Damn it! Why? We went through so much to get here, and now it turns out... Yeah.
There's a... I sense Adachi...
Bring it on! Let's go!
Wait. We can't let... We must...
I'm a little worried what he means by the end of... Let's get prepared! Let's get over-prepared!
It's foggy today. I'm actually scared that I can't remember. Everything about me is borrowed. Everything is just on loan from that room. If I return what I borrowed, I won't have anything left. The name Marie, this body, this voice, they'll all fade away. I feel like that's what'll happen to me. So I thought, if only I could at least remember some, but it's really scary. Maybe I don't have any. Hey, is this that one place? We came here. It really is nostalgic. I don't know why, but it feels like I've known this scene. And yet, I had fun then. Take me there again sometime, okay? Of course I remember, you stupid jerk-faced twerp. I remember. A memory of you. Huh. Yeah. Hey, can we make more? Dumb. I can't make any without you. I don't have to hurry, huh? Thank you. I'm sorry, it's just that I'm happy. Still, you're so busy and yet you still take... Why do you do that? Why? Friend. I see. So this is what... Thank you. Look, I'm really counting on you. So let me say, stupid, I hate you.
Hey.
Oh!
Ah. Well, see ya.
Jeez. Really bugs me that it has to be foggy now. It's tough. Hard to bite into. I remember it all from when we came here. Huh. This is a memory. A new it makes... When we were looking at clothes, there are things that you can't do by yourself. But you gave me a new memory. I wouldn't have been able to do that. The outside world is fun, but that's not what made my time outside so enjoyable. Hey. I don't need to worry. Finding memories, making... So... Good. I want... Whatever. I'll leave everything to you.
Yo.
Yes. Let's go. I'll see you again.